Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Post Podcast. With me, as always, is my co-host, Chris Ronan. How are we doing?
Not so good, buddy. I'm kind of sore today. Kind of hurting from last night's endeavor.
What did you do last night?
What did I do last night? What did you do last night?
Oh, I played hockey last night. Wednesdays, buddy.
Yeah, I played hockey for Matt's team. I was featured in this week's episode of Mic'd Up with Matt.
You're somewhere in there.
Yeah, I'm in there. I was in one for sure. That was too much to ask.
Yeah.
I like to punish myself every once in a while and just realize I belong in the crease.
You had a nice block shot, though. I appreciated that.
Yep.
Even after the game, I was like, that was nice.
Yeah, it took me a couple tries.
But you got it.
I got in front of it, you know. I didn't do much else. I had a couple good breakout passes. That was really it.
That was it.
Turnover machine.
The fans will see.
Defensive liability.
The fans will see all the great work you did.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They'll see all your great work. Yeah, right.
Wow, so you're hurting?
Dude, I'm so sore from that. It just works so many different muscles, versus goaltending.
Yeah.
Even my lungs, just I don't run. I need to go on the treadmill a little bit, get a little cardio action.
Something. Just a whole different.
Yeah.
It's like the same sport, just entirely different world. You know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be hurting come Monday. We are recording Thursday instead, and that is because tomorrow I am going camping for the first and probably last time in my entire life.
Now, can you elaborate on why you're gonna be hurting from camping?
I'm assuming just bug bites all over the place.
Okay.
Me sleeping on the ground. Anything can happen when you just for some reason living like a pilgrim.
Are you bringing a tent?
Our friend Joe is bringing a tent, and I'm going to be using that.
Okay. Are you sharing a sleeping bag?
No, I actually have one.
I was just kidding.
Oh,
Get it?
I get it now.
You using his tent? You use his sleeping bag?
I got it.
Okay.
All right,
cool.
I got
just
it.
making sure.
I got it. No, I got it.
All right. Well, no, have fun, man. I went camping once. It's a good experience. I like it. I just wouldn't do it again.
Yeah, I think.
Have you never been?
I've never been.
Oh, nice. Okay, it'll be fun. You'll have fun.
It's not good.
Just bring a 30-pack. That's all you really need.
I mean, that's what our friend Kyle was saying too. Just hey, just bring beer. That's all you're gonna need. Yeah. But he's the one. Him and our friend Tommy, somewhat Joe too. I kept saying no, I'm just going to take the weekend off. No. But it was just constant, do it. I'm like, you know what? I haven't done it before. Might as well do it so I can say I've done it and see if I like it or not. And I'm really leaning toward I'm probably not going to like it. But
I think you're going to like it, dude. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. I mean, there's bug spray for the bugs. Everything that you think there's going to be an issue about, you can bring something to resolve it.
Yeah. But it's not like a campground where we're going to. It's in the middle of nowhere where bears can just come out of nowhere and just...
Yeah, it can happen at a campground, too.
Yeah. You might be doing the podcast by yourself. Who knows?
That probably won't happen.
But we got a lot of hockey news. Want to hop into it?
Yeah, we had one big trade today, I think it went down. This is Montreal has traded defenseman Shea Weber to the Vegas Golden Knights in exchange for Evgeny Dadonov.
Wow.
This is kind of surprising to me. It's kind of interesting to see how much a guy like Shea Weber's stock has dropped over the past few years.
Yeah.
Remember the blockbuster trade with Nashville when PK Subban was the trade bait for Shea Weber?
Yeah, they're basically picking up his contract right here. He's been on long-term injury reserve. He didn't even play last season or this season currently.
He might bounce back, and I mean it's a good gamble for someone that you tried to move last season in Evgeny Dadonov. And the Anaheim Ducks came in with the all-time troll job, just tweeting at both teams saying, "You sure?" Hilarious, dude.
We thought we had him.
Yeah, and I told you too. I was like, "Oh nope, I'll see you at training camp.
Nope.
Not going anywhere." No trade clause there either. So
can you imagine? She goes right back.
I hope that Shea Weber gets back on the ice in a Golden Knights sweater because think about the roster that they're gonna have now: Pacioretty, Weber, Eichel.
We're gonna get into this pretty soon.
Right.
Bruce Cassidy now is the head coach.
Bruce Cassidy's the head coach. It looks pretty good for them. I mean, this team's always kind of on the fringe and on the rise. It was nuts to see them not make playoffs, but another good addition here with Shea Weber, I hope, as long as he bounces back.
We hope.
We do have some signs this week, too, a bunch of them. The Nashville Predators have signed defenseman Jeremy Lauzon to a 4-year, $8 million contract, $2 million AAV.
Big move here. $2 million a year for this guy.
Yeah, I think a bit of an overpayment. I'm not really a huge fan of this guy. I think he's a bottom four defenseman. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. We're going to move on right from there. I'm going to have a hard time with his name, by the way. The Detroit Red Wings have signed goaltender UC Okanora. Oh, my God. I hope I didn't butcher that. To a 1-year deal with $750,000. He comes off of winning the World Championship with Team Finland and winning tournament MVP with an 8-0 record, 1.11 GAA, a .948 save percentage, and 4 shutouts in those 4 games. This year he went 20-10-2 with a 2.45 GAA and .917 save percentage for
my team, bro.
Your team, bro. The Magnitogorsk Metallurg of the KHL. As of currently right now, Thomas Greiss and Alex Nedeljkovic are the tandem for the Detroit Red Wings, but awesome pickup for the Detroit Red Wings. UC did not go... he's undrafted, by the way, also. I want to add to that, too. So, big pickup for Detroit.
Yeah, I think it's really cool to see and think about how much harder it's going to be to become an NHL goaltender and how much the skill, the game, everything has developed just in general. Like, I want to say 20 years ago, like, none of this was really a thing. It was kind of you get in front of the shot the best you can. There wasn't too much coaching and structure to the position. And now, man, like, it's literally the best in the world on each of these NHL teams.
Right.
To take a guy that's an 8-0 record in the World Championship, 20-10-2 in the KHL, which is like the next best league after the NHL, like, it's awesome. I think it's great to see the talent pool growing like this, like with the young goaltending options that we're going to see.
The young guys.
That's right.
The young guns.
The Florida Panthers also signed undrafted forward Anton Levchi to a 1-year entry-level contract. Levchi actually led Liga, which is the Finnish elite league, in goals with 26 and points with 61 this season. He was also named his league's MVP.
Oh, nice.
So I thought that was pretty cool. A lot more future for the Florida Panthers. The New York Rangers also signed forward Sammy Bly to a 1-year deal for $1.525 million. And this, whoa, what is that? Why would you do that?
So you didn't see that at all?
No.
Didn't see that on the news at all?
That is the weirdest thing you could have ever written. I'm not reading that.
Okay, yeah, we're not going to read that at all. But there was news about Sammy Bly this week, along with the whole Connor McDavid. Did we skip by that? Did it happen this week or last week with the Connor McDavid situation?
No idea. I don't know anything about either of these two things. And
really?
Yeah, thanks for adding that to the end of my thing.
I didn't think I was going to throw that big of a curveball at you.
Those are pretty big curveballs when you write that.
All right. Well, we'll just it's not even I'm sure everyone on the social media
you're going to have to elaborate now.
Okay.
You can't just leave it.
So, it must have been this week because there's a reason why I put that here, but because I don't think we talked about it last week at all, but to do Connor McDavid, we'll do that first. He was caught with someone that is not his girlfriend, by the way, hanging out. They were just leaving a bar, and here's this girl, and here's a fan that's like, hey, Connor McDavid, as he's, like, recording him. And not a good look for Connor McDavid. I heard a lot of Edmonton Oilers fans who are not pleased about that. And then if you look up Sammy Bly, he was, what I was going to throw on there, too, is thirsty for his sister's Instagram. That's what I was going to throw up. Dude, Boston even did a thing on Sammy Bly.
What did they say?
He was pretty much the same thing, like thirsty stuff. Because she put up some posts, and Sammy Bly was just on it, just like, wow, looking really hot. Something like that. I was like, oof, this is kind of a weird look. You're looking up the Connor McDavid thing now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was 2 weird stories that happened. And it was so weird that it was for the Barstool, that 1 Minute Man that I kind of show. He's the one who did it, both Sammy Bly and Connor McDavid. I really didn't think this was a big curveball for you. Apparently it is.
Yeah, no, it's just weird when you put that, you know.
Yeah, I thought you knew. I thought I showed you. Or something, at least. Could have swore I showed you. Yep. But, yeah, Connor McDavid not looking good in the eyes of Edmonton Oilers fans. I can only imagine what the hell's going on with him.
I don't know, dude. I mean, him and his girl, I think her name's Lauren Kyle is his girl's name. I don't know if they're engaged, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, but I don't know. It seems like they have a pretty healthy relationship. They both built their own McMansion up in Edmonton. And I want to say that there might be something else to go with this story, but I don't know. I don't know anything about either of these things. So, the New York Rangers also signed Vitaly Kravtsov to a $875,000 contract. The team had a tough relationship with this player, a 9th overall pick from 2018, who played just 20 NHL games since he was drafted. So this is really just going back on his history with the team. In October 2021, he requested a trade after refusing to join the AHL Wolfpack before leaving for Russia. He also did this back in 2019, where he used his European out clause for that refusal. And before he left in 2019, GM Chris Drury reportedly admonished him and called him a quitter. Kravtsov played in the KHL this year, putting up 6 goals, 7 assists in 19 games, as well as 7 goals and 3 assists in 15 games in the postseason.
Yeah, we talked about him a while back, like maybe like a year ago, and his name came up. I remember giving you this information. I'm like, why does his name sound so familiar? And then I looked him up, like, oh yeah, this is the dude. I'm assuming this sign is literally to trade him. You know how organizations now with the cap, just looking for that cap space, basically.
Yeah, it also locks a guy in at a number, so like the other team, once they accept a trade, don't have to figure out exactly what this guy's worth. You know, if the team that you've worked with sets a value for you, now it's, you know, you have a resume with the Rangers for the past 4 years, and the Rangers say you're worth $875K. Mm-hmm. Then when they go to trade you, there's no real arguing in what you're getting back in return.
Yep.
You know?
I don't think this is a sign for the Rangers. I think it's a sign to move him. And that right there is just very interesting. I was gonna say the same thing with when we go back with Shea Weber. I thought that Shea Weber trade was for the cap, but then I realized, there's a chance he could come back and play for the Vegas Golden Knights. So
and I see it the same way as like a Peyton Krebs that the Knights moved on from and traded him away to Buffalo for Eichel, in the sense that Krebs was battling an injury the same way Eichel was. Like, Weber has battled injuries on the downswing of his career. Dadonov hasn't been firing so much as of late, so it's kind of like an even, wife swap kind of thing.
Kill. Yep. Mm-hmm. Moving on from that to Mikko Koskinen has also decided to leave his team, signing a 2-year deal with HC Lugano in Switzerland. Mike Smith is about to play his last year on his contract with the Oilers. If he doesn't retire... that's if he doesn't retire. If he does, Stuart Skinner and Olivier Rodrigue, who hasn't played an NHL game yet and is currently playing for the Wichita Thunder in the ECHL, are Oilers' current backup goalies. So if he's got 1 year left. So if Mike Smith just leaves, we have like these two randoms just like in net for a cup.
You think he would just retire?
I think 40 years old. You think he's still got like... I mean, he's got 1 more year left,
Yeah, and he was playing in what, the conference finals?
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Edmonton and Colorado. Yep. So, I mean, he was there. He made it there. He got his team where he needed to. So, I don't see any reason why he would retire. I have a lot of reasons of why he should retire, but in Mike Smith's shoes, like, no, I mean, I made it to the conference finals this year. I wonder what I can do next year kind of thing is the way I look at that. Mm-hmm. And you're already locked in. That's how I see that. Right. So, let's hope, I guess.
We'll see what happens.
Carter Hutton actually announced his retirement after playing in 3 NHL games this season for the Arizona Coyotes. He played in 234 NHL games in his career for 5 different clubs, putting up 94 wins and a .908 save percentage.
Mm-hmm. Hutton was kind of all over the place. He was a decent backup for a lot of teams. Mm-hmm. Buffalo Sabres.
Nashville, right?
Nashville. I'm drawing a blank on the others.
Arizona's on there, but he really only played 3. 2 more teams. I don't know what else.
2 more teams. I can't remember the teams, but he was. All I remember really from him was Nashville and Buffalo, because I think he was just a solid backup on both. Mm-hmm. So congratulations on a pretty good career.
I mean, a .908 is pretty good.
Yeah, staying in the NHL too. Just kind of, I wouldn't say no name, but at the same time, just like keeping up the pace. And then we have to go back to what we were talking about before. The Vegas Golden Knights have hired Bruce Cassidy as their head coach. It's a 5-year deal with $22.5 million, a $4.5 million AAV. How do you feel about this? This was very quick, by the way. Bruins let go Bruce Cassidy in a matter of a day and a half. Vegas was just like, yeah, we'll pick up this guy.
Yeah, it was definitely within a week, I'd say. I think it goes to show what Bruce Cassidy's record and resume holds for him.
Right.
It doesn't seem like he went for kind of like chasing the money. I think the Knights are a great organization to get on board with, and I feel like he had his pick of the litter with teams like...
Oh, yeah.
I think this is good for him until the Knights, decide to cut his career short early,
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. We'll see where it takes them, but I think they're on the upswing.
I still think Bruce Cassidy's a hell of a coach. Like, I knew as soon as the Bruins let him go, I knew it just like he wouldn't be sitting there on the block for long, you know?
Yeah, but the only thing is, it seems like all those, where there's smoke, there's fire, like I talked about last week, all those little rumors seem to be coming up that the players weren't happy with him. He's kind of a hard ass. He rides his guys harder than he needs to.
Right.
So let's hope that doesn't, put a black cloud over the locker room, over the organization, because something like that is kind of what Jack Eichel was running away from in Buffalo, don't you think?
Yeah, true.
Like a real heavy on the whip kind of coach and upper management, and now it kind of seems like they're bringing in a guy like that. But
we got another hard ass coming up right now.
Yeah, the Philadelphia Flyers have offered. Oh, actually, they offered Trotz, Barry Trotz, a $7 million plus salary to be their head coach, which he declined. That would have made him the highest paid coach in NHL history. So Trotz is also not chasing the bag. Oh. And then, obviously, Barry Trotz was Philadelphia's first choice, but once he declined that, they went on to hire John Tortorella as their head coach for a 4-year, $16 million contract, $4 million AAV.
Torts is back.
Trotz is not back with Philly. Very confusing there.
Yep.
Same 5 letters, I'd say. And then this was actually pretty funny, too. Former NHL player Brandon Dubinsky chimed in to wish for prayers for the Flyers players. He last played in the NHL in 2019 and was coached by Tortorella on the Blue Jackets, so that was pretty funny.
Wasn't Doobie the guy that really came on in like social media around that time, just like shitting on Tortorella? Am I wrong?
He probably was.
There was a player that came out and was talking shit about. Oh no, I'm thinking Mike Commodore.
Mike Commodore hated
Babcock. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm mixing those two up. But yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of guys that hated Tortorella. But as a fan, I just want to see his interviews.
Well, yeah, it's definitely an entertainment factor for the league having him back.
Yep.
But I think the thing with the players was I don't think there's a lot of players that hate Tortorella. I think there's a lot of players that don't like the way he coaches. Like, at the end of the day, I don't think anyone hates Torts for what he did or how he did things. Like, it's just, it was hard, and I learned a lot from it. I mean, maybe they do, but Babcock's the one that's out of the league, and he's back in it. You know what I mean?
He did a hell of a job with the Rangers back in the day.
Yep, and he brought that culture over to Columbus and had them bounce the President's Trophy winning Tampa Bay Lightning.
Right.
The last time they actually lost a playoff series was that round. So
and Tortorella was fucking coaching that team.
I think the Flyers are probably like shitting their pants. The players there, they're like, Jesus Christ. Like, we had such a fun season, even though we sucked. Like, I feel like those guys had like one of the best locker rooms in the league, and now Torts is coming in to whip them into shape.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
They need it. Philadelphia, they need it. They're one of the worst teams in the league last year. It's unbelievable. So
they need to do something.
Hopefully you can have a short leash and a whip on them and get these guys going.
Yeah.
So we'll see. He hates his goalies, by the way. Kind of hot, not looking good. He's just like, hey, get your shit together.
I don't know many people that do like Carter Hart. I think even Flyers fans aren't really sold on him now.
Really?
I think they were very early on, and they were like, hell yeah, this guy's the future. We have a good goalie. Let's build from the back out. And now, man, his confidence is rattled. They bring in that guy from fucking San Jose, and it's like, Jesus Christ, what are we doing here?
Oh, Martin Jones. Yeah, that's right. Here we go. So we're going to move on to the Florida Panthers here. Talking about the coaches, they fired assistant coaches Ulf Samuelsson and Derek McKenzie. Elliot Friedman said on the Jeff Marek show that the Panthers will likely bring Andrew Brunette back with a coaching staff of his own, who still hasn't signed a contract yet and came in as an interim late October after Joel Quenneville resigned and went 51-18-6 this season with the organization. So it's definitely looking like Andrew Brunette is getting ready to sign an extension here after coming in as interim. And I like what the Florida Panthers here are doing too. Be like, no, we'll give Andrew Brunette the guys he wants around him, But I feel like the guys around him, Ulf Samuelsson and Derek McKenzie, also got him to the record that they had this season. So this is give and take, I guess.
Looking at this team and realizing that Brunette wasn't signed for the next year, I kind of didn't think that he would be back, especially with their early-ish exit in the playoffs. I kind of thought that they would go in a different direction and get someone in who can get more out of the guys that are on their team. I mean, granted, they win the President's Trophy. Like, you can't really ask for much more in the regular season, but it's not about the regular season at the end of the day. So that's really what I was looking at. And I mean, Andrew Brunette's not a guy that has this lengthy resume, has a lot of experience in this outside of the Florida Panthers, but 51-18-6, like, how can you go wrong? Like, give him another shot, one more year, and worst case scenario, what, you burned a year, he's gone, and the team's still looking pretty good, I think. I wonder what Claude Giroux is going to do in this offseason because I'm pretty sure he only signed through the end of this season, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember. I could be entirely wrong on that. But
And Joe Thornton.
Joe Thornton's all done, I bet. I bet he's done. Jason Akapi's going to call it. He's getting up there, man.
Yeah,
he was
really
like third, fourth
there.
line minutes at the end. Tough.
Can we just say that Joe Thornton outlasted Internet Explorer?
He did, yeah. Internet Explorer is shut down today, so we're going to have to transfer everything over for the Post to Post podcast to something else. Tough to see.
That's why it's not working.
Loading. All right, and lastly for coaching news here, Winnipeg, a brewery there, is doing everything they can to get Barry Trotz to come coach their hometown team. This is Little Brown Jug Brewing Company. They offered Barry Trotz free beer for life if he would come and coach the Jets. So
I think that's why he canceled the whole Philadelphia Flyers. Like, I don't know. I got this brewery.
Yeah, he's like $7 million this year, or
Free
beer for life.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
Let's do the math here. I don't know. Maybe I can drink $7 million worth of beer in my lifetime. But I don't know what's going to happen there. I mean, Winnipeg seems like a good spot for him. I just think he's the most sought-after guy in the offseason. I'm honestly kind of surprised that Cassidy ended up signing before Trotz did. But that could also mean that Trotz is looking to shop the market, and Cassidy knew exactly where he wanted to land.
Yep, 100%. But wherever Barry Trotz lands, another great coach to have. So I'll be curious where he lands.
Yeah, definitely. I think if you want your kid to make it to the NHL and be coached by Barry Trotz, you need to check out thehockeyedge.com here. Hockey moms and hockey dads looking for a training camp for your son or daughter this summer? Head on over to thehockeyedge.com and check out the amazing program they have going on. Their program includes 8 hours of skills and games per week throughout July and August, and their amazing staff will take your kid's game to the next level with current NHL guest coaches Charlie Coyle and Connor Garland. Registration includes daily lunches and snacks, as well as pickup and drop-off schedules in the greater Boston and South Shore area. Registration starts at $3.95 a week, and be sure to let them know the guys at Post to Post sent you.
It started this month, but it's never too late. It happens. This is going on all summer long. Great to have your kids go to. Great little summer camp for everyone to be at. Awesome spot. Can't recommend it enough.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I watched a few of the clips and stuff from the camps they have going on now, so it's really cool to see. I hope you guys check it out. Thehockeyedge.com, just for you listeners that can't hear me the first 3 times. But we have a little bit more NHL news coming around here, or fake news, we should call it.
Yep.
Anaheim's John Gibson has informed the Anaheim Ducks management that he is open to being traded, except he fucking didn't. Made no sense to me at all. This rumor mill stuff is bullshit. There was also one in Calgary that got squashed this week. Johnny Gaudreau's agent has to come out and deny that he signed a long-term deal with the Flames.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think just social media and the internet in general, people are so quick they want to be the first person to drop something, and they get a whiff at something, they put it out there, and then maybe these things are going to happen, maybe they aren't, but it's something that they want behind closed doors, and then it all has to get squashed.
Right. The problem is, once it goes on social media, you get everyone going in, all of a sudden, these top Instagram posts or Facebook guys are just like, well, this is real, spitting chicklets and put it up, and you get the fans just like, oh, wow, Johnny Gaudreau signed a long deal, and then, or just like John Gibson wants the hell out of Anaheim Ducks, and you're like, why? Yeah,
and even if what Gibson did say, that's not what he's saying. If he's saying I'm open to being traded, now
he's not saying he wants out.
Exactly. Yeah. It's if that's what's good for the organization, I'm open to it. And then it gets released that he wants to be traded. They spin the words, and now he has to come out and deny all that because that wasn't the case. Right. But he can't still say I'm open to being traded. It just puts the players in such a weird spot, and I hate to see it, but at the same time, I do want to know when things happen the second that they do, you know? It's like a blessing and a curse.
John Gibson is just I wouldn't say underrated, but not talked enough about goalie. He's solid. There's so many teams right now that looking for good goaltending. You can get if the Anaheim Ducks traded John Gibson, they can get solid players for him. And I think that was his thing. We're just hey, listen, I want this organization to do well. I know my worth. If you trade me, you might get this team going back to the 2007 era where they won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I think if he were in a major market, he'd be one of the top 10 goaltenders talked about in the league. That's how good he is. You know, if he was I don't know, where Igor Shesterkin is with the Rangers, he doesn't have those same numbers. He doesn't have that same team in front of him. But if he's in a major market like that, he would get so much more airtime and more respect, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
He's not a guy that I even think of, which sucks to say.
Which sucks, yeah. It's crazy. Just kind of laying low. But he's also on a team that's, I don't know, Western Conference. Yeah. And
they're on the rise at least, but it'll be a few more years. Hopefully he sticks around and is their guy. That's what I'd like to see personally, because I like him, and I want to see Anaheim get better.
Right. We're going to move on to Tampa Bay. The CEO, Steve Griggs, reached out to the fan that was assaulted after the playoff game in New York, making sure he was doing all right and if the organization could do anything for him. The guy responded saying his grandmother and aunt are season ticket holders and that he became a fan after going to the Marty St. Louis hockey camp in Vermont. And Griggs then responded by telling him he's going to send a bunch of playoff merch his way. Good. I love this move by especially the CEO of Tampa. Be like, this one fan, you know, I get it was like a big story. I get it was fucked up the way it is, but for a the CEO of the Tampa Bay Lightning organization to come out to the fan, that's pretty cool to see.
It is cool. I think personally, like, if I were the owner or like working for the team, I would want to reach out to a guy like that too, because like as an away fan in another, like, you know, another city's arena, you should never feel unsafe or like at 100%. Risk of being hit and knocked the fuck out.
Right.
So I think it's great that he's, you know, supporting him and sending him some shit. But yeah. I just thought like it's really cool to see. But at the end of the day, like no one should have to go through that. No one. You know?
This shouldn't even be a topic of discussion right now. But it is definitely cool to see. I also got two more little bits of stats for everyone for the Tampa Bay Lightning since they are in the Stanley Cup Finals here. Andrei Vasilevsky, who I can't talk about enough, and I guess Igor Shesterkin can't talk enough, is one of the best goaltenders in the league, is with his last 8 series clinching wins is an insane 0.25 GAA, a .991 save percentage, and 6 shutouts. So think about this: 8 games, 6 shutouts. This dude is just clutch. Holy shit.
It's such a dumb stat when it happens, but like that's insane. That's ridiculous numbers. Like
it's like fast. You need to be clutch as shit for this game. And he goes, yeah, I'm gonna not even let in a goal.
He lets in a goal less than 1% of the time in a series clinching game. That's crazy.
Isn't that
isn't it?
Nuts to think about?
Yeah. You have to take over 100 shots to score on him.
Yeah. One other crazy stat here that goes with 2 players. Patrick Moon was part of 15 straight series victories, as well as 4 wins away from a 4th Stanley Cup. He had one with the St. Louis Blues back in 2019. And we also got Corey Perry is in the Stanley Cup final in his 3rd straight year with his 3rd different team. Stars, the Dallas Stars, the Montreal Canadiens, and the Tampa Bay Lightning. What a string this...
Both of them, right?
Both those stats is so crazy to see. But like Corey Perry just dude. I think this team's gonna go to the Stanley Cup Finals, and then he jumps to there, and here they are in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah. All right. So ready for this? Regardless of what team each of these guys are on, right? Well, they're both on the Lightning, but regardless of the team. Oh, they're both on the Lightning. What am I talking about? Never mind.
What are you gonna say?
Let's put like hypothetically, Maroon's on the Avalanche, and he's going for his 4th straight.
Yeah.
And Perry's on the Lightning, going for his. This is now his 3rd cup. I mean, 3rd cup appearance.
Run, yeah.
3 different teams. Mm-hmm. Which one of those do you want? Would you like rather see snapped or rather not see snapped? You know what I mean? Who do you want to get there? Do you want Maroon to get 4 in a row? Or do you want Perry to get one or not get one?
I think I'd rather Perry get one.
Yeah.
The odds of like jumping to a team and then
just showing insane. Up again, yeah. Dude, I think it's like guys, heartbreaking if Perry doesn't get it.
Right. Guys can go their entire career and not even sniff the cup. And here's Corey Perry.
He's already got one. He's already got one.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he's part of like 3 years in a row on 3 different teams, just like looking for
Dude, that is heartbreak hill. Like going through getting to game 4, game 5, 6, 7, whatever of the Stanley Cup Finals and losing 2 times in a row and now potentially 3. Like, oh, I can't imagine that. That's so tough.
Corey Perry is praying to the gods right now. Just like, I need this.
Dude, and then this Pat Maroon stat, like, what guy wins 4 cups in a row? Like, there's not a long list, and Pat Maroon is not one of those guys that belongs on that list either. No. But he probably and could still make that list.
No. Especially with John Cooper in the back. He's going to smoke his stogie next to his with his 3rd ring.
Blow it in his ear. It is nuts, though. I mean, it's just crazy to think about. I don't know.
Tampa Bay Lightning, this Florida, this entire season It was just like Florida Panthers, Tampa Bay Lightning. For some reason, the stats are just mind blowing for like this state.
Dude, the craziest part to me is they don't even have home ice advantage. They didn't have home ice advantage against the Rangers, Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
that's so weird.
I didn't even think about that. Holy shit! Wow.
But anyways, Colorado decided to be absolute savages over here. This local Colorado establishment, West Saloon and Kitchen, did not give a fuck about any of those stats up there.
Don't give a
This
shit.
bar and restaurant put up an Avs sign telling customers, please wipe your feet, and they put a Tampa Bay jersey on the floor mat. Ruthless, dude. Some type of shit that I would do. That's some petty stuff. I love it.
Petty shit.
I love
and in
it.
Colorado, what are the odds of in the mountains? What's the odds of you like stepping in like ram and sheep shit before entering? You know.
You know it's a city, right, Matt? It's not like
I'm just
farm
kidding.
country.
I'm just fucking kidding.
Oh shit! Maybe in Edmonton we'd have those kind of issues.
Oh, maybe. Calgary too.
Yeah, Calgary. Actually, Calgary's a great call.
Yeah,
that's a great call.
All right, so I do want to have. I got a motivational story here for everyone. It's pretty late.
I need a beer.
All right, grab a beer. It's new to me, and might not be new to everyone here, but it is new to me. Connor Ingram had an interview with Milwaukee's Fox 6 Now on April 13th, and it came out that he was struggling with mental health, where it led to him going to the staff of the Milwaukee Admirals of the AHL on January 24th, 2021, and told his goalie coach that he wanted to quit because of what he was mentally and physically going through, and instead was offered and given proper help through the NHL Players Assistance Program, where he spent 6 weeks receiving treatment and being diagnosed with OCD and anxiety. He talked about COVID and how being alone in a hotel room for 8 months out of the entire year really affected him. We've heard the same from Robin Lehner as well. Skip from January 24th, 2021 to May 3rd, 2022, where he would get his playoff start against the Avalanche after replacing David Riddick and then getting the start the following game where he had an outstanding 49-save game against the Avs and is making a run to solidify himself as an official backup for UC Saros with the Predators. I think that is an incredible story. You're coming from a guy who, not diagnosed with anything, but was going through a rough patch where he went to the organization and goes, I want to just retire from hockey altogether. I can't do it. To now, like, almost solidifying his spot in the NHL as a backup. That's insane to me. Within a year, by the way. So
yeah,
I love that story.
I think it's awesome to see the support system that the AHL even has with mental health and everything nowadays. Like, back in the day, they would have been like, all right, quit. Like, you're not tough enough for this team. You know what I mean?
Right.
And now, because of all the awareness that Carey Price, Robin Lehner, all these guys have made about it, even the AHL organization and their staff down there are able to support Connor Ingram enough to boost his morale, get him to see a doctor, get diagnosed and figure out what's going on. Mm-hmm. And now he's able to bounce back and turn his career around. When, in my opinion, like, his career wasn't really all that bad before either. I think, like we said, injury he was battling, but other than that, I think that he's a great goaltender and he's going to do great things in the NHL. So It's very good to see him bounce back and come back from something like this,
Yep. So, great story. I wanted to share that with everyone. I just love the story. I found it this week, and then I kind of went a deep dive on it. And, I want to share it with everyone here. So, with that said, let's move on here, too.
Let's stick with the Nashville Predators, actually. They are actually nearing a sale of the franchise to former Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam. The Preds franchise is valued at $680 million, and the organization's current owner, Herb Fritsch, Jesus Christ, these names aren't even that bad, and I'm butchering them, originally bought the franchise back in 2007 for $175 million. Haslam was the principal owner of the Tennessee Smokies, a minor league baseball team, so kind of weird to see the team getting sold at a time when it's become like the heartbeat of the city. Like, it's a big thing down in Nashville. Even when people go there for like bachelor party weekends and bachelorette weekends, my brother and his girl went down there with her family just to go and like check it out. It's like in the center of town. Like, you can't not see Bridgestone Arena when you're in Nashville. Like, it's not even people are going there to see it. It's just literally right there. So
Tennessee,
pretty cool.
Nashville is like it's coming up. I don't know if I've told anyone on the podcast, but I had a upstairs neighbor who, like, I didn't see for a few weeks, and all of a sudden I saw him, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm moving out." I'm like, "Where you going?" He goes, "Tennessee." I guess his brother down there like flips houses, And he goes, it is unbelievable the amount of people that are moving down to Tennessee and Nashville. He goes, I'm going down there to help him out. He's going to make a killing. So
that's sick. I bet he's going to go down there, help his brother, and they're eventually going to get together, buy one, flip it, and then let him live in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's sick.
Crazy.
That's sick. I need to find someone that
He
flips
said he
houses.
loved it down there, too.
Hit us up if
Everyone's
you flip
nice.
houses.
Yep.
I got a little NHL touch-up news here, too. They're going to finish the 21-22 season with a record-high revenue total because everything costs so damn much is what I think. It also, I think, has to do with, a year and a half of no real ticket sales for the NHL, and I think people missed it and wanted to get back into it. Mm-hmm. And I do think that, regular everyday tickets, the price rose because of supply and demand. People wanted to go. They missed it for a year and a half. I need to be there,
Didn't bother spending $15 on a beer.
Yeah, I definitely did. Mm-hmm. But in order to bring in even more money, the NHL announced today that Caterpillar, or CAT as we all know them, they're going to be the official heavy equipment and industrial power sponsor of the NHL. ... Sick.
Where the hell did this come from?
Sick. Like, why do we need an official heavy equipment and industrial power sponsor? Like,
we're gonna be switching.
It's basically free money,
hats?
though. It basically is free money. It's just
it is.
Here's a sponsorship. Put our shit everywhere, and it's gonna be on the boards, and probably on the ice, and on the helmets, and on the pants, and on the jerseys. It's gonna be the EuroLeague soon.
Yep. Just CAT everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's after the fact that Gatorade dropped their sponsorship with the NHL. I still find that weird.
They announced that they're going to drop their sponsorship with the NHL to push the PHF. I'm sorry, and drive for inclusivity and all that stuff in hockey, which is great. But
couldn't you do both?
You can, but it also becomes to a price point thing. It's weird to make the stand and the statement that we're cutting ties with the NHL so that we can do this. Like, why wouldn't you work with the NHL to do it? You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. That's just the way I felt. And if you don't have the money for it, like, don't fucking blame the NHL. Don't blame us, because you're cheap. Powerade sucks. I don't really like Powerade.
No, I'm not a fan of Powerade either. Gatorade ever so often.
Next week, we're going to be like, Powerade, the official sports drink of the Posttopostpod podcast.
We didn't mean what we said earlier. So we got some news from the ECHL and OHL here. The Florida Everblades of the ECHL are the 2022 Kelly Cup champions, which is their second in team history since being founded in 1998. The last one was back in 2012. They beat the Toledo Walleyes in a 4-1 series win Saturday and had a record of 42-20-6 during the regular season. So congratulations to the Florida Everblades. We were doing some research here before recording. I realized how dumb I am because I Google Florida Ever and then Google just like, you mean Everglades? And I'm like, oh, that's why they're called Everblades. And then Chris just roasted me.
Did you know like Orlando Solar Bears is like polar bears?
Oh,
a lot of puns down there.
Sun Biz.
Yeah, a lot of puns.
Wow.
Polar solar.
Florida,
pretty interesting.
Really getting shit done down there. Huh?
Highbrow comedy.
And then we also have the Hamilton Bulldogs. They are the 2022 OHL champions after beating the Windsor Spitfires in Game 7 with a 6-1 win, and were presented with the J. Ross Robertson Cup, which has been around since 1980. The winners of the J. Ross Robertson Cup move on to the Memorial Cup, which is a 4-team round robin which determines the champion of the Canadian Hockey League, the CHL. The 4 teams are the Hamilton Bulldogs of the OHL, the Edmonton Oil Kings of the WHL, I'm butchering this, the Shawinigan Cataracts.
Nice.
Yes, dude. Of the Quebec Major Juniors, and the host St. John Sea Dogs of the Quebec Major Juniors. That is set to start June 20th, the actual day this episode drops. So,
Perfect.
So what am I trying
Who you
to
got?
say? So
Pick a team.
Congrats to the Bulldogs, and hope they push it. I don't know.
Pick a team.
OHL. You know what I have been kind of watching a little bit too is the Edmonton Oil Kings. So I'm gonna go Edmonton Oil Kings.
Oh, you bastard! I was gonna pick them because of the pregame speech that Biz gave him in the locker room.
That's why.
All right, Matt's on the Oil Kings. So what am I gonna go with, dude? I don't know. I think the home team's gonna win this one here. The St. John Sea Dogs. You got my vote. All right. I have done zero research. I don't know who you are, but you're my team now, and I support you all the way.
Imagine going doing just like a full blown, just like, well, if they don't win, like what happens? Like a bet.
Yeah, dude,
we should
like pool together some money, just like $100, and just gamble like on sports leagues we know nothing about, dude. Like, I don't know, like Middle Eastern like basketball league. Like, just pick a team and throw it on there, and if we win, we let it ride. We keep going, and eventually we're millionaires.
I like it.
I like that idea. That sounds like a terrible idea, but let's do it.
See what happens. Luck of the draw.
That's right. Might as well play Keno at that point.
Also, we have Kazimir Kaskasuo. I think this is where we're going to end off the hockey news. Actually, we still haven't talked about the Avs. Tampa Bay, Game 1.
Yeah, I think that's what I meant to do earlier when I said something and then stopped saying something.
That must have been it. We had Game 1 this week. Believe it or not, we haven't talked about it. We're 40 minutes in. We haven't talked about Game 1.
Stanley Cup Finals kicked off. Game 2 will be Saturday, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
4-3 overtime winner for Colorado. I thought that was insane.
Were all over Vasilevsky. They're all over Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, they got their shit together. They came back a bit and got them into OT.
You know why we didn't talk about them, though, is because we were both on the ice the other night while they were playing, so we didn't really watch it.
That was it.
I walked in, and I think we were halfway through the second. Colorado was up 3-1. Tampa Bay ends up tying it late. I think 6 minutes left in the third. And then they go to overtime, and I believe at the end of regulation, Colorado had 36 shots. Tampa Bay had 22, and the score was 3-3.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of nuts. Tampa Bay tries to clear the puck out of their zone. It hits a player, like his left skate. It goes 70 feet in the air, back into their own zone. They try to clear it, gets intercepted in the neutral zone. They break in, and an awesome goal by Burakovsky to bury that one to win it.
Just end it, yeah. Just nuts. All it takes is bounces. It was Stamkos,
right off his skate,
right off the skate. And then, it was just, I wouldn't say a whiff. It just ended up becoming like a knuckleball trying to get it out, and just ended brutal. One thing I picked up, though, is Sergachev. I've been paying attention to him for a little bit, and then I really started to pay attention to him last series, where it was against Shesterkin. He had 2 goals, like, blue line. Were just, like, wrist shots from the blue line that just, like, no tip at all. Just, like,
seeing eye puck.
Seeing eye pucks. And he fucking did it again in Game 1, and I'm like, God damn, this
guy
of
traffic.
Is unbelievable. Sergachev is solid.
What stood out to me was Kucherov, that nasty move he had, and then the wherewithal to send it backdoor to Palat wide open to beat Kemper, right? Kemper ended up getting the start, too, right?
The start, yeah.
Feeling good, feeling healthy.
I was worried about Kemper getting the start because I'm like, oh, he hasn't really played in a while. Francouz was getting the start, and I thought he was going to be a little shaky, but he got the job done.
I think the only thing with that is, right, let's just say Kemper hasn't played in, a week? Or like in an NHL game in about a week, right? Yeah. Now you go with Francouz, or however you say it, and then, a couple games go by, let's say they drop him. Like, lose 2, they go down 0-2, they're going to Tampa. Are you going to go to Kemper now that he's even more cold and hasn't played? Like, you get him in early, you test Kemper, see where he is, and Francouz is still pretty warm from playing, the last of the series before. So
yeah,
actually, neither of them are fucking warm because they swept their last opponent and have just been sitting and waiting. So they're both probably pretty cold. So.
Yep. But, it's this is going to be an interesting series. Who did we have, by the way? I'm throwing you on the spot.
I picked Tampa in 7 because I want to see an overtime Game 7.
Yeah,
I believe you picked.
Did I say Colorado?
I believe you picked Colorado in 6.
I would like to see Colorado take it. I would really like to see it.
Yeah,
I think they have. They have it. The fact that they're like, no, they're home. Sorry, I was thinking away, but I don't know. We'll see. This series, I want to go Game 7. We've had at least 3 series where we're just like, dude, it's going Game 7. I can't wait to watch all 7 games, and all of a sudden it's like a sweep or 4-1 or something like that. I'm like, oh, come on, man, just give us some content here.
Yeah.
But that's just Game 1. So by the time this drops, we'll have Game 2 in the books.
Probably Game 3 as well.
And probably Game 3 by the time we record next episode. So we'll see what happens from there. But
NBA's all done too. Celtics lost tonight in Game 6 at home to the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors actually rented a hall at Encore or something, a room, some shit in Revere to celebrate in case they won.
Oh, really?
Which is kind of like they rented it ahead of time, so it's kind of like jinxing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of fucked up. But they ended up winning it. I think it was like a 10-point game, maybe 103-90, something like that.
Damn.
Yeah.
I was just telling. I had a bunch of people on my train today, and I was like, I thought our mayor shut down the watch party. But
So they didn't do one on the night of Game 5 because they had like all these other logistical issues. I mean, the U.S. Open is in Brookline. The Celtics coming back and forth for home games, away games, all this stuff. They just said, like, we're too busy right now. Like, we can't logistically get this done.
Yeah.
There was something else going on, maybe Red Sox something, but the Red Sox weren't home today. Or no, they were home today in the afternoon. And they emptied that out, and they did the watch party at Fenway, so there were like 10,000 people there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, good little money grab, too, just buy some booze.
I think that might be the next move for, like, a watch party. Imagine going to the Bruins. Like,
that's a good spot. Yeah, that's a really good spot. I feel like they would only do it for like the last round, though. It's also tough to line up with the baseball schedule, concerts. They do a lot of stuff at Fenway.
Yeah,
so.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Our friend Tommy just went to, oh my God, I'm going to butcher this, the Beatles.
Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney thing.
He was pretty close, too.
He was really close. He goes, dude, the field was packed, and like all of Fenway Park was like, all the seats were filled. I'm like, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. So... money grab for Fenway Sports Group.
That's right, always. Because they own the Celtics. They own the Golden State Warriors.
The Pittsburgh Penguins.
They own the sausage guy outside.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But,
they own everything.
dude, little nut stat, too, for you. The NBA, Steve Kerr and the Golden State Warriors have been in the championship 6 times in the last 7 years, and they've won 4 of them now. And then there was a 4-year stretch where they played the Cleveland Cavaliers 4 years in a fucking row. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, imagine seeing that in the NHL. That's just, like, so dumb. Sick league, like, where two teams end up in the finals
all the
4
time.
years in a row.
Yeah.
And then 2 more of those years, half of the team is in there again, you know?
What's the betting like on that?
Oh, my God.
So easy.
Easy in the sense of, like, series, but games probably not,
Games
you know?
probably not, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, we kind of went down a rabbit hole.
Yeah,
there.
back to hockey.
Yeah, back to hockey. And the last hockey news that we have. So, as I said before, Kazimir Kaskisuo, who was the goalie for the Nashville Predators, as we talked about before, he's got a YouTube channel. Literally look it up. It's Kazimir Kaskisuo.
Good luck spelling it.
And, good luck. We're not going to tell anyone about it. And he was at, like, this goalie retreat in Colorado, and Brian DeCord, who does Stop It Goaltending here in Massachusetts, whose son, Joey DeCord, is the goalie for the Seattle Kraken, he explains the Panda. So for all my goalie listeners, the Panda is like this new RVH.
It's called the Panda Post Lock.
Panda Post Lock. It's I keep wanting to say the new RVH, but it's not. It's like a whole new way of doing it, and all it is just like pretty much putting. Instead of like having like skate to post, you were literally just like pretty much moving, say like your right foot's on like the right side of the post. You were literally just moving your right foot just around the post to the outside of the skirt.
Yeah, it's more of an overlap.
And it's just it's very interesting. It all started with Dustin Wolf. We talked about him for the Dustin Wolf was for Team USA, right?
Yeah.
For the World Juniors.
I think he was either backup or third string though.
Yeah. So it started with him, and then it was people picking up on it. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be the new wave for you guys are gonna see that a lot.
Could be.
We'll see.
I think.
I know the RVH for a while was just like, yeah, it's a no-go, and all of a sudden now.
No,
it's
they're
like
still doing it. It still works.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like in the beginning, where like the VH was a thing.
Yeah.
Carey Price was trying the dead arm, and that didn't work. It's figuring it out.
Yeah, it's really about getting more coaches on board with it, because if the coach agrees that it's the right move, then they teach it early and it grows. But I mean, like you said, with Dustin Wolf picking it up, it's going to be another spotlight on it. People are going to analyze it, look at it and see what really works and what doesn't.
Right.
I feel like you'll see with that style maybe a lot more behind the net, like banked in shots for goalies that aren't quick enough to react and get that leg back inside the post or however you're supposed to do it.
Yeah. When Brian DeCord explains it, it does seem nice. You're supposed to, I guess the positioning is supposed to be like right at the line, like above it. I guess behind the net is supposed to be in the RVH or something like that, but you're going to see some new stuff, and I can't wait to see it in action. Actually, after this, I'm going to watch Dustin Wolf and see if he's done it, because I've never noticed it.
And I think the main takeaway from doing this is to save energy and less up, down, RVH, stand up, RVH, come out, face a shot. You don't really, activate anything until he gets down like close to the hash marks when you drop to make a save.
Right. So I don't know. We'll see. I thought I'd throw that out there. If you want to see the whole video, it's like a 12-minute video on his channel. Go check it out. I'll try to put the link in the description for everyone who watches the YouTube. Actually, I might put it in the summary for Spotify and Apple listeners too. But yeah, that's it. That's all we got for hockey news. But we got some other news.
Yeah, you ready for some golf stuff, buddy?
Let's go golf.
So the Canadian Open was actually before I get to that, I did go golf on Sunday. I played 18 holes in Southers Marsh. It was really weird hole, really weird course. It was literally like a cranberry bog that they built a course onto. So like the first tee box is like very intimidating. It's like you need to hit your driver at least like 175 over the bog, because if you don't, your ball's gone. And then it's onto like the fairway and then you onto the green. But like the bogs, you know how a bog works or no?
Well, yeah.
So basically it's like a picture like a checkerboard, right?
Yeah.
And now every spot where the red and the black meet, there's a line where you can like drive your cart. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, okay.
And now there are some spots where there's no bog and there's just grass, and that's where you're golfing from. Mm-hmm. So there's like little bogs mixed in rather than like a full checkerboard, right? But basically you're driving around the bogs and like hitting the ball around it like that. But I was like, this is like genius, because bogs are such like a waste of space. Now you can make money off of the bog from selling the cranberries and getting people to play golf on it, right?
Yeah, right.
So I thought it was pretty cool. But the first one was just so intimidating, dude. Like you have to drive 175 over the bog onto the fairway. And then after that, it kind of opens up a little bit. It's a lot easier, but I really liked it. It was a good course. I think it was like $50, something like that.
That's
for
not bad.
18 holes with a cart, too.
That's not
I think
bad.
it was 46.
Where was it?
Plymouth.
Plymouth.
Yeah, Plymouth or Carver, like right down that way.
I remember you like last second was like, hey, we need someone. I'm like, oh,
yeah, they had someone back out. But this is the place that I did the barn, too. The barn at Southers Marsh.
Oh, yeah.
You drive out of that, and it's like
the heat, right?
Yep, it's a heated barn, so you can use it in the winter. You drive out of basically like a garage door, and instead of like a simulator where you hit a mat, your ball goes onto like a what do they call it? When you go to the driving range. Thank you, Jesus Christ. Go to the driving range where you drive your ball onto the range. You hit onto a driving range, but there's a camera that picks up your ball, and then it puts it onto a simulator for you, so you can play a course or track things. It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Anyways, that was my weekend. It was really nice. I actually shot a 91, which is the best I've ever played. But I probably shaved a few mulligans and shit, so it doesn't really count. The score doesn't matter. Just good contact.
Not bumping shoes at all. Nope.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
The Canadian Open was a couple weekends ago, maybe last weekend. Hole 16, this was very interesting to me. Nice little crossover for us. It's called The Rink, and it was designed with hockey boards around the outside of the tee box. And the employees there are dressed like referees, and the tee box markers are goalie masks. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
They even had a custom Zamboni made for the hole that says The Rink on it. So I thought it was pretty interesting little crossover.
Very, very Canadian.
Yeah, especially for the Canadian Open, right? That's nice.
Nice.
So, but the U.S. Open was this weekend, and there were no Screaming Eagles on any of the holes or grill action on hole 16.
Nope.
But we did have some LIV golfers that were playing there. They were allowed to play based off of Michael Wan's decision. He's one of the execs for PGA, and he helped come to this decision. And apparently earlier this year, some golfers were given a release to play for this same promoter from LIV Golf in February. Mm-hmm. So he said based on that, Mike felt that the players from LIV Golf that have qualified for the U.S. Open should be allowed to play this event.
Yeah.
But going forward, it may be a little bit more difficult for them. Just so you guys know, too. It's Phil Mickelson, Dustin Johnson, Patrick Reed, Charles Schwartzel, and Bryson DeChambeau. Those are the LIV golfers that are playing in the U.S. Open this weekend. I don't think any of them are leading. I think someone was in third, but LIV golf is big money. The
big money.
PGA, not so much.
No.
You qualify well, you get paid good money, but for LIV golf, like you can make money coming in last place, which is nuts. Pretty cool.
Right.
Guaranteed money.
Guaranteed money.
Yeah.
For an expensive sport, by the way.
Yeah. And that's the hard part with the PGA guys is they pay to travel, pay their caddy, get out there, go play the event, and then they don't qualify or they don't even qualify to play an event
right.
to make a lot of money, or they qualify but they don't finish and make a lot of money, or any money. You can make $0, and now you've paid for hotel, flight,
Your
caddy, everything, and PGA doesn't give a shit.
You just come out
out
knocking good.
It's like a league, but it's not a league. It's very like individualized. So
you could pull a Happy Gilmore and get like a homeless guy and just like have him caddy for you.
Yeah, drive the bus to every event instead of flying too. It'd be sick.
Just give him some shampoo so he can shower in the fucking pond on
He's
the
like,
fucking 8th hole.
Green's going right to left here. No, it's not. That's just because you're missing a shoe. Oh yeah, you're right.
Forgot about
Love that movie, dude.
You just hit that guy. You shouldn't have been standing there.
That was me. That was me playing for your team last night.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You just hit that guy.
Oh my
You shouldn't have been standing there. That was terrible, dude. I couldn't even stand up. But we did have a little soccer update for you for anyone that likes that. The Boston has actually been selected as one of the cities to host the FIFA World Cup contenders in 2026. This will actually be the first men's World Cup in North America since 1994.
Wow.
And there's I want to say 12 to 15 cities that are on this list, and they're all selected. So some teams will come here and play, some teams will go there and play. So there's a lot of opportunity to get in at the World Cup, I guess.
This will be big for the city of Boston, mainly because soccer is massive.
Yeah, but it depends on what teams are going to play here,
Yeah.
Because, like I said, 12, 15 cities, maybe only 4 teams come here and they play their pool. Kind of like how they do the World Juniors.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be kind of like that, except it's not every country in the world, but almost every country in the world.
Yeah.
And now they're sending certain countries' teams to different cities in the U.S., and Boston's one of them. Pretty cool. Pretty cool to see, though.
Fenway Sports Group, is that where it's going?
No, probably Gillette, because they have the partnership with the New England Revolution. They can seat more than Fenway. I think that's where it'll go.
That's probably
down
where
in
it's gonna
Foxborough.
go. Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Gotta get ready for that.
Yeah, it'll be pretty cool, I think. Dude, most popular sport in the world. A lot of people are going to give a shit around here, too, I think.
It's growing crazy in Boston.
Soccer, yeah. Soccer in the U.S. is very slow, but it's coming up.
No one talks about it, but if you just bring it up, you'll be like, yeah, dude, I'm a huge Revolution fan. You're like, what?
No one's really a huge Revolution fan. It's more Premier League over in the UK. People
Premier
here
League,
pick a Premier League team and wake up at 8 or 10 on Saturday mornings and watch the game.
Just to watch it,
Yeah. I don't know. I can't get into that. The time zone difference, they're really playing at let's call it 4 in the afternoon. I can't get down with 8 a.m., 10 a.m. soccer or sports and just be that thrilled and in the zone. I'm not drinking. I'm not fully awake, so I'm oh, what the fuck, I don't know. That's just me.
It just reminds me of I still don't know what the hell Lad Bible is even out of. Is it a website?
Probably UK, I would think. It's a UK
UK.
It's kind of I don't want to compare them to these guys, but Daily Mail, BuzzFeed, any of those social media.
It's probably UK.
Yeah, but I think it's a UK based or Australian based.
They'll have videos of these soccer guys. It's just I don't know, they'd just be out in the open, and all it is some dude just hey, I like this team. The guy's well, go fuck yourself, and kind of get in this huge fight. What the hell's going on? It's just soccer, It's just insane.
It's life.
Go back about
they're saying the same shit about hockey fans with the Tampa Bay and Rangers
Lightning
fans.
and New York Rangers. You're the hell's going on?
He wore the wrong jersey, buddy. They're both blue and white.
The goalie's not even wearing the same jersey. What the hell's going on?
No, I was talking about the Rangers in Tampa.
Oh, yeah. I thought I was punching another Rangers fan. Sorry.
It is weird that the refs I don't think they always wear black and white either for soccer. There's the team's color, the goalie's color, and then the ref's color, It
doesn't make sense to me at all.
It's kind of funny.
It's the goalies can just wear whatever you want.
Yeah.
I guess to really show that they're a goalie.
Because, you can do different things because you're a goalie. You can touch the ball with your hands. You can,
Yeah. There's one thing
I think that's it.
I think I'll always, there's one thing I'll always appreciate about the soccer goalies is when they, catch the ball or whatever. You ever see him kick the ball from the net and it, launches
5
across
football
the field?
Yeah,
like an entire football field. Jesus Christ. The NFL needs to sign this guy to be a punter. Just something. Holy shit. The leg strength these guys must have is unbelievable.
Stamina too. There's the cardio, the endurance. They play a whole 90-minute game and just run nonstop. They get three people can sub out a game or some shit like that. Dude, I was sucking wind.
Doesn't count down.
I was sucking wind after a 2-minute shift at hockey last night. I was I could not do this.
Those 3 beers beforehand was not a good idea.
Yeah, dude, I skipped dinner yesterday because I knew it was gonna be bad. I was I'll be all right. I'll eat after. How's some Dairy Queen this morning? This morning, no. Before we recorded, sorry.
We're sitting here taking notes, and he's housing down.
It's 1:45. I don't know what time it is. Yeah, dude, because they got me yesterday before I left for hockey. I was like, dude, I want half of that right now so bad. But if I ate that, I would have threw up everywhere. Everywhere. I was on the ice for the only goal that was scored, though. I will say that.
Yeah, you were.
I'm a legend.
You're a
hero.
Even +1.
No, I think I was -1. I think I was on the ice for 2 goals against and 1 for.
Didn't you help one of my goals against?
I don't think so.
No.
Help it? No, I think I tried to block a shot and it came off my shin pad and went right into your chest.
Oh, okay.
I think.
I don't know. Someone redirected something into me. Someone was saying it's like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't know.
No, I was probably apologizing for not being defensively good. Goddamn liability out there.
I'll take whatever I can get in front of me, you know?
Yeah.
But that is it. That's all I got.
That's it. Check out the new Mic'd Up with Matt next week. Should be a good one, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Might be up a little later since I usually take the time. Well,
this weekend, yeah. What are you going to do? No tech.
Usually.
How are you going to edit the pod?
We'll be back Sunday, so
okay.
That's what I'm going to do it Sunday. But usually we play Mondays, and I have the week to do it, which usually it's up by Friday, Saturday, where I give myself like the weekend to do it. But I think the new Mic'd Up episode is going to be up a little later since I will be camping.
And we played on a Wednesday.
And we played on a Wednesday, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to survive this camping trip, so we'll see what happens.
You'll be all right.
I'll be fine. I'll be good to go.
Ready for a nip?
I'm ready to go. We both have this Bacardi Tropical, by the way. We ran all out of nips, so like I just got a bunch of stuff, and the guy up the street here, he's like, "What do you want?" And he's got like the whole table is like filled with like a bunch of nips. I'm like, I don't know, just shock me.
Great.
This is one of them. So
he's like, we're trying to get rid of these. Here, have one.
Yeah, have one. Bacardi Tropical. Ooh.
Yeah. Cheers,
Cheers.
buddy. It's
Coconut?
kind of Malibu-y.
Oh, okay. Yeah, very Malibu-y. Mix this. Hold on. Bacardi Tropical. Mix this pineapple, guava, and coconut blend with juice or soda.
Now, fuck that.
No, we do this shit straight, bud. Hey, you know what's cringy as shit? I just posted. It's Wednesday, so I just posted it on our YouTube channel. It's a Throwback Thursday post of our first nip, and you ever like go back and see shit? And you're like, oh god.
Yeah, I guess I'll watch that. That's funny.
Yeah,
I don't know if I want to now though.
I edited it, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is nice. And then like the day came, which was today, to put it up, and as I put it up, like, oh man, I don't know.
Oh, might have to delete it.
Throwback.
I'll take a peek.
Yeah, throwback. Let me know what you think.
I will. Let us know what you think too.
Give everyone here, just let us know what you think. It's on our YouTube around the boards for everyone listening in from Spotify and Apple. But yeah, it was a cringe moment.
Great.
But I like how we are now, though. You got to start off.
Yeah, and then we'll look at this a year later and be like, oh, that's
Jesus,
terrible.
We fucking did that.
We didn't get any better.
Oh my god, we're terrible.
That's it, right, buddy?
That's it. Want to call us out?
Thanks, everyone, for listening. If there's anything you want to see us cover next episode, let us know. Our links are in the description, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye, guys.
Peace.